My beloved child, stay with me closely, because what I am about to reveal is not an ordinary moment in your life. This is the kind of moment that rearranges destinies, shifts the ground beneath your feet, and makes you realize that heaven itself has been aligning things silently for you. You cannot afford to blink, because what comes next will decide how your entire story unfolds. There is a man, wealthy, powerful, yet burdened by secrets that few ever dared to know. For years, he has lived with authority over lands, businesses, assets, and influence so vast it intimidated even his closest companions. But quietly, away from the noise of the world, he has chosen you as the one to carry forward his authority. This isn't about coincidence. His decision is wrapped in divine orchestration, where the invisible hand of heaven has whispered your name into his conscience. Power of attorney, something people fight for, something that controls empires, is being shifted, signed, and sealed into your hands. You may not see the papers yet, but they already carry your name. His lawyers have been instructed. His family has been kept in silence. And his decision is final, because you were chosen not by wealth or bloodline, but by something much greater. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The night he decided, he sat in silence staring at a single candle burning low. He saw your face in his thoughts, and suddenly the heavy chest he carried for years grew lighter. He realized you were the one to trust, the one who carried a pure intention, the one who would never betray the sacred responsibility tied to his legacy. Every signature he places moves you closer to an inheritance of power beyond material value. Imagine vaults filled with confidential documents, sealed deeds, untouched wealth, and hidden properties, all awaiting your command. With the stroke of his pen, your life has shifted from waiting to ruling. But remember, when heaven hands such a mantle, it never comes without tests. There are eyes watching, people already whispering, doubters ready to resist. The very moment they sense your name on those papers, they will rise, they will scheme, they will fight. And yet, nothing will stop what has already been written. Destiny does not negotiate, it declares. You will soon stand in a place where doors open for you, not by begging, but by rightful authority that carries your name on every page. Type Amen to get blessing 444. This wealthy man is not just transferring documents, he is transferring power, influence, and unseen protection into your hands. It is more than legal, it is spiritual. Because the real inheritance is not just what you control, but what you become while holding it. Do you feel the air shifting around you? Do you sense that something greater is already aligning, as if heaven is pressing urgency into your chest? That sensation is not imagination. It is confirmation. You will soon be called to sign, to seal, to step into the role that has been secretly waiting for you. The ink may be fresh, but the decision is ancient. Heaven has written it long before he announced it. And when the moment arrives, you will not tremble. You will not hesitate. You will step forward, because deep down, your spirit already knew this day was coming. Type Amen to get blessing 555. This is why you had to endure the betrayals, the doubts, the losses, and the struggles. Everything was preparing you to handle what others could never carry. You were being shaped in silence so that when authority came, you would not be crushed by it. Those who once mocked you will now watch in disbelief. They will see you walk into boardrooms, estates, and gatherings not as a guest but as an heir. And their voices will fall silent, because the proof will no longer be hidden, it will be written in law, sealed with signatures, and delivered into your hands. This man, with all his riches, understands one thing clearly: power without purpose is dangerous. That is why he chose you, not because you begged, not because you demanded, but because you were destined. And heaven is not making a mistake. Every ounce of this inheritance has been divinely measured to match your capacity. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Soon, you will hear whispers turning into confirmations. Messages, letters, calls, something will reach you, pulling you closer to this truth. And when it does, you will remember this moment, when heaven gave you the warning not to walk away. Stay close, stay watchful, because enemies are already restless. They cannot bear the thought of your rise, so they will try to delay, to distract, to discourage. But their attempts will collapse like fragile glass in the presence of divine will. Your name will carry authority. Doors that once required pleading will now open at the sound of your voice. And those who thought you would remain powerless will witness a rise they cannot comprehend. For when a wealthy man transfers his power of attorney, he transfers more than money, he transfers trust, legacy, and an entire future. And that future has your name written across it. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The silence that follows such a transfer is not ordinary silence. It carries weight, like the pause before thunder crashes across the sky. You will feel it in your chest, an invisible pressure that reminds you something massive is shifting in your favor. This wealthy man has been preparing this quietly, ensuring no one could stop what was destined for you. Even his most trusted advisors are unaware of the full picture, because if they knew, their jealousy would destroy everything. That is why your name was whispered into the paperwork without anyone else's knowledge. Heaven guided his hand to shield you from interference. When the envelope is opened, the signatures revealed, and the documents read aloud, there will be gasps in the room. Some will break down in anger, others in disbelief, but none will be able to undo what has already been written. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The man himself knows his time is short. Not his life, but his reign, his era, his control over certain territories and assets. He wants to pass it into the right hands before vultures circle to take what was never theirs. That is why you were chosen, not as a random successor, but as a guardian. He believes you will guard what others would misuse. He believes you will expand what others would waste. And when the announcement becomes public, your name will echo in places you never imagined. It will appear in contracts, in deeds, in official statements, all carrying your authority. The sound of your name will not be small, it will carry power that turns heads. Type Amen to get blessing 999. People will question why you, but their confusion is the proof that this is divine. If it was logical, everyone would have seen it coming. But heaven hides its chosen until the moment of unveiling, so no one can interfere before time. You will be asked to step forward and claim it, but remember, this is not just wealth, this is a mantle. A weight that demands both courage and wisdom. You cannot shrink from it, because the one who trusted you did not choose you by mistake. The ink on the paper will glow brighter in the spiritual realm than gold itself. Every clause, every legal point, is a thread tying your future to a destiny you cannot ignore. And soon, you will feel the shift in your bones. The power that was once distant will sit inside your very name. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Already, heaven is sending you signs to prepare your spirit. Dreams, sudden visions, repeating numbers, whispers in your ear that sound almost too real. They are not imagination, they are confirmation. Even as you listen now, you feel a vibration, a pull, like something is pressing you forward into a place you've never walked. That pull is real. That is destiny. And when the final page is signed, there will be no turning back. The transfer will be complete, the power will be yours, and your life will never again return to the simplicity of yesterday. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. From the moment his lawyers finalize the drafts, the clock begins ticking. Every second draws you closer to a revelation that will rewrite your destiny. The paper that carries his signature will soon carry your power. This man has spent decades building his empire, and yet in the quiet of his heart, he knows that true wealth is not in keeping but in passing. He cannot leave it in untrustworthy hands. So he chose you, the one heaven whispered into his spirit. And though the world doesn't see it yet, the spiritual realm has already shifted in your favor. Angels are watching, protecting the transaction, keeping eyes of envy blinded until the right moment. Nothing they try can stop what is already sealed. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. Think of the doors this will open for you. Think of the documents you will hold, stamped with authority, giving you command over resources others only dream about. Suddenly, your name will be the key that unlocks vaults, estates, and hidden treasures. The wealthy man is not giving you scraps, he is handing you the throne of his influence. Where others begged for pieces, you are receiving the whole. And it will shock everyone, because no one saw it coming. When the news spreads, expect resistance. Enemies will question, family members will rise in jealousy, but none will prevail. Their words will fall like ashes because the legal power will already be yours. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. You will feel the weight of this new authority the moment you step into it. It will not feel like ordinary responsibility, it will feel spiritual, like a crown placed upon your head. That heaviness is not to crush you but to remind you of the magnitude of your role. The man trusts you with more than his assets, he trusts you with his legacy. And once you receive it, you will be responsible for protecting it from those who would exploit it. This is why heaven trained you in silence, so you could carry this without breaking. Everything you suffered, every betrayal, every closed door, it was shaping you for this exact moment. If you hadn't been prepared, this mantle would have crushed you. But now, you are ready. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. The time is near when you will be called forward. The signatures will be shown, the seal broken, the documents revealed. And in that instant, the world will know your name not as a survivor, but as an heir. Do not be surprised when people from your past reappear, suddenly wanting to stand beside you. They will act like they cared all along, but their timing reveals the truth, they only came when power came. Be discerning. This man chose you because he saw what others missed, your loyalty, your purity, your strength. Do not let the noise of jealous hearts distract you from the responsibility you are about to carry. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. The silence around this man's decision is intentional. He has hidden it so carefully because he knows once the truth leaks, storms will rise. But storms cannot drown a destiny already signed and sealed. There are whispers moving in the background, but none of them have full clarity. They suspect something, yet they cannot imagine that you are the one chosen. That blindness is heaven's protection over you until the moment of unveiling. When the announcement finally strikes, it will be like lightning splitting the night sky. Eyes will widen, hands will tremble, and conversations will erupt. But nothing can stop the power of what has already been transferred. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The wealthy man has placed documents in motion that will outlive even his breath. Your name etched onto them is not just ink, it is a declaration of trust and destiny. With every clause, your influence expands silently. Behind closed doors, lawyers have double-checked every page, ensuring no loophole can reverse this transfer. They have been sworn to secrecy, bound by loyalty and law, until the right moment of exposure. The world outside is clueless, but heaven already celebrates. And you will soon feel the shift, as if a door long locked is finally swinging open. That door leads not just to wealth, but to new levels of authority over land, property, and hidden estates. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The moment your name is spoken publicly, many will gasp in disbelief. They will wonder how you, once underestimated, suddenly became the center of this massive transition. But their confusion is the sign of heaven's work. This is not favoritism, it is divine timing. He could have chosen anyone, but your spirit carried the weight others could not. That is why the mantle falls upon you now. When you walk forward to sign your acceptance, the air will thicken with awe. Every pen stroke will echo louder than thunder, sealing your authority before both heaven and earth. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Even now, your future is shifting like tides under the moonlight. Nothing looks different yet on the outside, but beneath the surface, everything is rearranging in your favor. You are stepping into a destiny far greater than anything you once imagined. This wealthy man's choice is not about bloodlines, it is about legacy. And he saw in you the fire, the humility, and the strength to carry what others would waste. That is why his eyes settled on your name and not another. Do not underestimate what is about to fall into your hands. With authority comes both blessings and battles, but heaven has trained you to win both. And win you shall. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The day is near when the sealed envelope will be opened. Inside it lies the confirmation, the undeniable truth that your name has been written into authority. Once that seal breaks, nothing will ever be the same again. The wealthy man has tied his legacy to your future. He is entrusting you with more than just signatures, he is entrusting you with the foundation of everything he built. And with that trust comes a power that no enemy can overturn. Crowds will speak, voices will rise, but none of their noise can silence the fact that the documents are legal, binding, and final. Every word inside them protects you, every clause strengthens your authority. This transfer is not fragile, it is sealed in both law and heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Imagine the moment your name is read aloud in the room. Silence will follow for a few seconds, because no one will be able to process it. Then the murmurs, the shock, the disbelief, it will all crash in at once. Some will celebrate, because deep down they always knew you were destined for greatness. Others will burn with jealousy, unable to accept the truth. But no matter their reaction, the power is yours and cannot be revoked. This man did not choose you out of impulse, he chose you with foresight. He saw beyond today, beyond appearances, into the kind of future you are meant to create. That is why heaven aligned this transfer into your hands. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. Do not shrink from this mantle. Stand tall, because your rise is not built on human approval but on divine ordination. The authority in your hands will silence critics without you needing to argue. Everything you once struggled for will soon be delivered without resistance. Keys, codes, properties, assets, they will all line up under your authority. Your very name will become a password to realms once locked away. This is the beginning of an entirely new season. You are no longer just surviving, you are commanding. And the world will watch, whether they like it or not. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. When history looks back, this moment will be marked as the turning point of your life. The day you stepped into destiny, the day you inherited not just wealth but power. Your name is now written in places that will outlive time. Every struggle you endured was preparation for this hour. Every tear was watering the ground where this harvest now blooms. Every betrayal was pushing you closer to the seat that was meant for you. Now, the mantle rests on you. The wealthy man has done his part, heaven has done its part, and now it is your turn to rise. You are no longer waiting, you are walking in authority. Type Amen to get blessing 2323.